outrage in Port Louis. Mauritians fear an ecological and economic catastrophe is unfolding along their coastline, which many depend on for food and tourism. Africa's so-called paradise on earth is now streaked with oil and diesel as dead dolphins and other fish wash up on shore. The island nation's former president is sounding a global alarm. Ameenah Gurib-Fakim spoke to me from Port Louis. There appear to be various dimensions of harm here. Can you walk us through the hierarchy of what's worst about this spill?
Number one would be this terrible disaster which is happening to our wildlife. The second one, which is of importance, is the role of the shipping industry to be addressing this, because this is not the first time it's happened and it keeps on happening, and somebody somewhere must put a stop to this. The third one, of course, is the regulators. What is the role of the regulators? Because so far we haven't seen much noise around this. And then the fourth dimension is on the local front. Why did that happen? Why did it take so long for them to react when they knew that there was oil on board? When they have taken 12 days for a reaction to happen from the local players here?
Current President Pravind Jugnauth blames bad weather for his government's slow response, and he denies any wrongdoing. The ship's owners have apologized and say they're open to compensation claims. Ma'am, what form of compensation and duration of compensation do you think would be acceptable?
This ship was not an oil tanker, because had it been an oil tanker, the compensation would have been straightforward. It was a cargo ship. And we know that cargo ship, the level of compensation is, of course, not the same as for an oil tanker. Who compensate for the loss of the livelihoods of these people? I went to see them, and I could see terror in their eyes, because they could see the livelihoods eroding away in that oils of the Wakashio. They have been out of job now for the past 6 months because of the COVID, which has wiped away 24% of our GDP coming straight from tourism. And now, as we start to emerge out of COVID, we see this. So how can we start to imagine the level of compensation that we deserve? And are they going to pay? We make a plea to the G20 because this industry has to be regulated. They have to be held accountable, because it happened now in Mauritius. It happened last month in Beirut. There's a ticking time bomb just outside Yemen as well. So why should we become victims to this kind of negligence, if I may use the word, because that's what it is. But somebody has to have the courage to speak to the shipping industry, because we know they're a very powerful industry, and might is not right.